All right, man. Welcome to another episode of Subtopic. I'm your host, Subtopic, and let's check this out. IDF responding to the Gaza starvation accusation. Let's see what this guy has to say here.
The IDF has released a video responding to the accusations that the IDF is starving the people of Gaza. And we're about to show that entire video. But first, we are joined by IDF Sergeant Major Chaim Mailspin. Now, Chaim, you spent most of your life in Gaza on deployment since October 7th. So you know this story better than anyone. You're obviously also a follower of Yeshua, which is important for our CBN audience. What is this video all about?
Yeah, so it's proof, also video proof, drone footage of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trucks of aid going in. And it's not just starting now, it's been going in. Some people feel uncomfortable that we're doing so much work to allow aid to go to our enemies. Some would say you need to put more pressure on them to release our brothers and sisters, but the aid does go in. I've seen it myself. You're absolutely right. 658 days today, consecutive deployment with minimal breaks for a few days here and a few days there. And I've seen so much aid go in. And what you're going to hear from Abdullah, first of all, he's an Arabic colonel who serves alongside me, and he's telling you the truth, that these aid trucks are either hijacked. I mean, the drivers are shot. Sometimes you'll see the windows shot out, broken out. It's very dangerous to be one of those aid work drivers because of the Hamas that steal the food and resell it to their own people. I would definitely say I have seen in Kerem Shalom crossing, in the various crossings where the aid goes in, that there's a lot of aid, and it's very much mismanaged once it gets out of Israel.
Well, Chaim, I appreciate your perspective. We're going to play the entire video right now. Take a look.
I'm Colonel Abdallah Khalabi.
So it's crazy how, like, we're about to go to 2 wars. Well, not 2 hours, excuse me. 2 years of this war, since it broke out. And there's a lot of questions that haven't been answered, man. Like, how could, sophisticated walls with automation, and guard and stuff, how could this have happened? It seems to me like somebody dropped the ball. There hasn't been any answers on that. I know Piers Morgan is a big advocate as to why they don't let independent media in to Gaza so they can independently verify and see what is going on in the area. So there's a lot of questions here. To each their own, right? What these guys are doing. This is what they think they gotta do. I'm not gonna get involved. I won't say it's right or wrong. This is that it's crazy how it's 2 years. It's a little strip of land, and we're about to go to 2 years, and they still can't put an end to this. So there's a lot of questions, right? So
The head of the CLA Gaza. We are currently on the Palestinian side of Kerem Shalom crossing. At this very moment, as you can see behind me, there are over 800 trucks of humanitarian aid that have entered Gaza and waiting for collection and distribution by the United Nations and the aid organizations to the residents of Gaza. We have operated to increase the numbers of trucks, extended the operating hours of crossings, coordinated the new roads for aid collection, and opened additional crossing. And yet, the aid is still waiting to be collected by international aid organizations. I want to empathize, Israel does not limit the number of trucks entering the Gaza Strip, and it is the collection issue that is preventing continuous delivery of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Despite the clear facts you can see behind me, Hamas is running a deliberate and false propaganda campaign that presents a distorted picture of the humanitarian situation, not out of concern for Gazian residents, but as a pressure tactic in the framework of the negotiations. We operate every day to bring in aid. Hamas operates every day to create a perception of crisis. The international community needs to know the truth. We are working in close coordination with the United Nations and aid organizations.
Is it me, or does it seem like this guy is reading like somebody is it me, or what? Like somebody's holding up cue cards? I don't know, man. I don't know. This sounds very doctored, manufactured speech compared to the other guy. The other guy was like being himself. This guy's like, he's stiff. What is this, bro? What is this? But see, they got trucks and everything, right? If we go back, where is that? They show, all this. So all of this is food then, yeah? Why is there a gate here? Not just anybody can go in. I'm assuming they're protecting it. But it's in the sun all day, too. There's no shade either. There's a lot of questions here, man. There's a lot of questions.
Humanitarian situation, not out of concern for Gazian residents, but as a pressure tactic in the framework of the negotiations. We operate every day to bring in aid. Hamas operates
This
every
guy looks
day.
like he's reading off of cards, doesn't it, man? Compared to the first guy that was talking, he was more of himself. He even had his rifle in his hand. This is odd, man.
To create a perception of crisis. The international community needs to know the truth. We are working in close coordination with the United Nations and aid organizations, arguing them to continue arriving to collect the aid and bring it into the Gaza Strip. The IDF, through COGAT and the CLA Gaza, will continue to do everything to ease the process, improve conditions on the ground, and help find solutions to enable a rapid, orderly, and safe collection for aid, for the benefit of the civilian population in Gaza, not Hamas.
Maybe because his English isn't that good. Maybe he prepared his own speech ahead of time. We got these things here. Says bunch of lies. Why are there no journalists allowed in Palestine? Piers Morgan continues to raise that concern. Shameless people, lies about children dying of hunger, zero journalism, zero pushback, pathetic, greatest propagandists in the world. You know what, man? Again, if we go back to this first guy, look at this guy, man. He's himself, answering questions, laid back. He's
of aid going in, and it's not just starting now. It's been going in. And some people feel uncomfortable that we're doing so much work to allow aid to go to our enemies.
A lot of head bobbing and hand gesturing and all. And then you get this guy explaining, right? A sergeant major apparently here, wherever.
The head of the CLA Gaza.
Look at how stiff this guy is,
we
bro.
We are currently on the Palestinian side of Kerem Shalom crossing.
This is like you're reciting something. I don't know, man. I don't know. How come we don't see a gun on this guy either? All we see is like this. They're probably empty. These magazines are empty. They just put this guy on here because he's a Muslim, according to this other guy. It sucks what happened. It sucks what's going on out there, But I think that going on 2 years already is too long, man. It's too long. Nice of him to take the time to share with the CBN and the supporters. Can you please have them explain the Christian churches that have been attacked and why they were? There's actual reports from independent journalists also. You know what? I saw the Anna Kasparian interview today with the podcast she did with Tucker Carlson, man. And she said that Israel was that Israel had sold weapons to Azerbaijan, or I don't know where the hell, and they did they massacred several Christian Armenians, I wonder, let me see if I can find that. Tucker Carlson. See if I can get to that section. It was closer. So normally when I do closer towards the end.
And by the way, I mean, religious leaders have been, but not exactly in the middle, but it's basically like, let's say here's Azerbaijan, like circle, and it's like kind of off to one side, Nagorno-Karabakh is. And the reason that land was, it's a black pill for sure.
Segment on this. Mm-hmm. What is going on between Armenia? Big
was a pretty brutal war. This area, Armenia, and it's like in the middle of a circle. The reason that, but during that time that makes up Nagorno-Karabakh, even though that area was ways, but he was also very smart. Both the Azeris and the Armenians to be dependent on the stab in the middle throughout history. because most of the people there were Armenian. They were Azerbaijan's. Like Russia went to war. Armenia is a tiny country. Russia has provided security guarantees to Armenia in the past, but unfortunately, in this case, Russia didn't come to the defense of ethnic Armenians. They said that the security guarantees had to do with Armenia and not ancient churches were absolutely destroyed of ethnic Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh. They were forced out if they weren't killed. Them in country, it's landlocked and it's through the Armenian genocide. I mean, it's been happening in Gaza and Karabakh. I did.
Churches were blown up.
Yeah, and by the way, I mean, religious leaders have been.
Oh, I get it. It's a small country precisely because they were Christians, minority in enormous numbers. And see this theme is taking the most abuse and there's most murder. Anything.
Don't have a powerful lobby that can bribe our politicians to care. We provide a lot of the weapons that Israel has. And Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan to carry out the ethnic cleansing of ethnic Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh.
What?
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Is that confirmed?
Yes, it's confirmed. It's absolutely confirmed.
Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan to kill the Christians.
Okay, let's fact check that, man. Let's open up Grok, Let's find out. Gotta do some research, right? See if this is true. Did Israel sell weapons to how do you spell Azerbaijan, bro? Who then killed Armenian Christians? Okay, spelling is off. Question mark. Wow, she's not kidding. Yes, Israel has sold weapons to Azerbaijan which have been used in conflicts with Armenia, including in Nagorno, which these places she's mentioning where ethnic Armenian Christians live. Between 2016 and 2020, Israel supplied nearly 70% of Azerbaijan's arsenal, including drones, missiles, and other advanced weaponry, significantly aiding Azerbaijan's military campaigns in the 2020 second Nagorno war, whatever, 2023 offensive. These weapons, such as, well, she wasn't lying. And I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you all think in the comments, man. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe, bell notification, leave a comment. Let me know what you all think is going on. This is new to me, so I'm gonna keep doing research and see what's going on here. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.